Hello, glad to have you join us on the main news on OGTV, the People's Telly. I am Dominic Agbea. First, the main highlights. President Tinubu sends names of 7 ministerial nominees to Senate for approval. Federal government inaugurates 46-man committee to review all outdated laws. Ogun State government restates commitment to socio-economic transformation of the state. Commonwealth leaders defy UK by putting slavery reparation on summit agenda.
Of the news tonight, GOTV refinery begins direct petrol sale to marketers. I'll be back with details of these and more in the reserve segment of the news tonight. I am Tiwaladi Fireson.
From the world of sports, Nigeria's Super Eagles, who are in latest FIFA rankings, moved 3 places higher. Details of this and lots more on the sports segment of the news. I am Emmanuel Dasaudo. Stay with us.
The only one who can tell you you can't win is you, and you don't have to listen. Don't forget you can watch us live on Facebook at OGTV and Ogun State Television, YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and on OGTV website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download OGTV app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the news in full. With the achievements of 90% implementation rate of the outcomes of successive town hall meetings underpinning the achievements of the people-centered policies and programs of the current administration in the state, the next 3 years will help in strengthening the foundation that has been laid. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun made this known in his address at the 2025-2027 Medium-Term Expenditure Framework and 25-2025 Budget Town Hall meeting in Remo Division, held at the Akaribo Palace, Shagamu. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Time for the people of Remoland to make their inputs into the 2025 budget. Use the opportunity to appraise the performance of the previous budgets while showing their appreciation for how their lives as well as the zone have been positively impacted through the budgets, as no segment of the society was left behind. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun, represented by the Commissioner for Finance and Chief Economic Advisor Dapo Okubadejo, said with every segment of the Remo Division adequately carried along in the implementation of various people-oriented projects, the zone is being used as a launchpad of the economic transformation of the state.
Our focus remains on strengthening the foundation that we have laid. With 3 more years to go, we are determined to keep the hopes of our people alive and build a state of our dreams. Let us continue to work together to build a resilient, prosperous, and inclusive Remo Division where businesses thrive and our children will dream big and our culture will flourish. With your support and participation, I'm confident we will achieve our shared goals and make meaningful progress towards a brighter future for all.
Commissioner for Budgets in Ogun State, Olaolu Olabimton, presented the outcomes of the previous town hall meetings in helping the government properly structure the budget to serve the best interests of the people.
We are also very keen on strategic allocation of resources. And so this means we will focus on the completion of existing projects, projects with revenue potential, projects consistent with our economic development strategy, and projects that can enhance employment generation.
Leading the charge of the demands from the 2025 budget was the Akaribu and paramount ruler of Remoland, represented by Oniranike of Iranike, Oba Adewale Adeneji.
Road construction are my whole topic of discussion here today. Thank God, High Court Road has, started witnessing renovation. And I don't want it to end up at the High Court there. We also recommend the effort in rehabilitation, Shagam, touching and drawing the attention of the federal government. We are happy for the government announcing a new minimum wage of 77,000 naira.
Appreciation for the construction of Shagamu, Ijebu-Ode, Ore Road, and plea for work to be expedited on the road, while asking for the intervention of the government on other roads within the zone, formed part of the submission.
We rate him extremely good, far above average, and we are still expecting more.
The fact that we have a very responsive governor gives us the comfort that he will be fair in the distribution of the resources he gets and what he has to do for us.
People reside in Shagam while they work in Lagos, so we should be able to prepare ground for them. So we should go into real estate now.
Responding afterwards, the chief economic advisor assured that the requests made by the people will be captured in the 2025 budgets. Matthew Showme, OGTV News.
Citizens from 6 local government areas of Ogun East in Ogun State have called on the state government to redouble its effort on agriculture and social infrastructure. The Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, Oba Sikiru Adetona, who led the people to a town hall meeting in Ijebu-Ode on the 2025 Ogun State budget, also made a case for the resuscitation of Akwoje farm settlement, youth employment, and construction of more feeder roads for farmers. Fora Adisol reports.
The 2025-2027 medium-term expenditure framework necessitated the town hall meeting in 4 zones of Ogun State, with Ijebu-Ode hosting 6 of the 20 local government areas of the state from Ogun East Senatorial District, and it is being coordinated by the Ogun State Ministry of Budget and Planning.
Next year, budget is going to be somewhere around 1 trillion. We're going to cross the 1 trillion mark. And of course, what are the things to expect? We have improved allocation to some key sectors. And one of the major key sectors is in education. So like you said, we have enough allocation to cover all the new things that are coming up.
It was an all-comers affairs with input into the budget drawn from every strata of the society.
Across Ogun State, we're speaking about infrastructural development. And when we speak of infrastructural development, we're focusing on roads. Because when it comes to movement of goods and services from point A to point B, you need accessible roads. You need roads that have been rehabilitated and roads that people will easily be able to commute with. So I think there should be a focus.
I would like to thank the governor on his lofty programs concerning women empowerment, particularly on the formation of women affinity groups under the Nigeria for Women project. We say thank you.
People living with disability were not relegated to the background as they called for the implementation of their rights as contained in the PLD law of Ogun State 2017.
Those things that will make a PWD member to live a comfortable life in terms of employment, in terms of health care, to take care of us whenever we need health service.
The women groups too are insisting on the 35% actualization of the gender rights in the distribution of political positions, among others.
I believe the government can prepare a policy that will give premium to the elderly people.
What the government has done so far when it comes to area of health, I am very, very satisfied. But they can't do it alone.
The Awujale and paramount ruler of Ijebuland, Oba Sikiru Adetona, had a good representation in the Orimolusi of Ijebugbo, Oba Lawrence Adebajo, will harmonize the opinions of millions of the people of Ijebu land towards the Ogun State 2025 appropriation bill.
Apòjé farm settlement ni àwọn ìjọba ló ní a jẹ́ wípé ọ̀pọ̀ owó ló ń gba ẹ̀yìn tó ń gba Ọ̀ṣun state lọ ẹ wo gbogbo kòkó tó ń ṣe ń bẹ̀ wọ́n kí kí ó gba Ogun state o Ọ̀ṣun state náà máa ń kó gbà kí n dé torí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Oba Adebajo called for the infrastructural development of the rural areas in Ijebu Northeast, Ijebu Ode, Ogun Waterside, and Odogbolu local government areas for the well-being of farmers, artisans, youth leaders, community development associations. Applauded the government of Ogun State for various welfare initiatives, but as Oliver Twist, they requested for more. The town hall meeting continues in Ilaro, Shagamu, and Abeokuta. Adefowora Adesanwo, OGTV News.
And away from the town hall meeting for the 2025 budget, traditional rulers in Ogun State have been implored to continue to use their vantage positions to contribute to the socio-economic development of the state. The state governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, who gave this charge while addressing the statutory meeting of Ogun State Council of Obas at the Obas Complex Okemoson, Abeokuta, said that the council has been better positioned to enhance the overall development of the state. Fura Adesanwo reports.
The meeting was attended by traditional rulers from all the 4 geopolitical zones, namely Yewa Ijebu, Remo and Egba. The Olu and paramount ruler of Yewa land, Oba Kehinde Olugbenle, presided over the meeting, which immediately went into a closed-door session where a team led by the new commandant of the Ogun State Security Network Agency, Brigadier General Alade Adedigba, retired, and DG Culture Squad from Federal University of Agriculture, FUNAB, Abeokuta, led by Dr. Tokpe Olaifa, briefed the traditional rulers on their mandates.
It's an opportunity for me to talk to all of us that can help us to select and recruit those individuals that we get our technical. So that when we are done and they are posted to their immediate environment to work, we have no cost to say, why is that this going by? Why is this one bad?
I think digiculture will be an avenue to arrest the fast eroding culture of Ogun State. And I know that it will go beyond the shores of Ogun State. It will definitely travel throughout the world because it is an app, a digital tool. It can be accessed all over the world, anywhere in the world.
Oba Olugbenle, after the meeting, briefed the press.
It's one governor who, despite the fact that it's not coming back again, it's not even doing the way he's working and the way he's keeping to his promise, it can never be imagined. So Kabi say we are all encouraged and we are very happy that even in the second term, he's still promising to take care of their welfare. So we appreciated him at the meeting and we discussed other issues of national importance.
The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Ogun State, Alhaji Ganiyu Oladujoyi Amsat, said the Obas have been catalysts for development. In a communique read by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Dr. Rotimiolu Akinlesi, the traditional rulers commended the government of Ogun State for its developmental drive and called for synergy on security not only in the state but across the southern states of Nigeria. Adefowora Adesanwo, OGTV News.
The Ogun State government has called on young entrepreneurs to boost their businesses by joining cooperative societies to have access to more business-friendly loans, which will aid the growth of their businesses. Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. Adebola Shofela, made the call while speaking with journalists in Abeokuta at the celebration of the 2024 International Day of Cooperatives conference with the theme, Cooperative Build a Better Future for all. The celebration was organized by the Ogun State Cooperative Federation Limited, OSCOFED, in collaboration with the State Ministry of Community Development and Cooperatives at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library Event Hall, Abeokuta. Represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Oluola Aikunola, Shofela stated that with high interest rate posing a threat to businesses, especially micro, small and medium enterprises, entrepreneurs need to look towards raising funds for their businesses through cooperative societies. He added that cooperative societies have continued to provide the veritable platforms for financial inclusion, emphasizing that testimonies about the positive impact of cooperative societies on businesses, particularly small businesses, abound. Also speaking, President Ogun State Cooperatives Federation Limited, OSCOFED, Alhaji Wasiu Olaleye, appealed to the state government to support cooperatives with a revolving loan of 1 billion naira, which would be repaid within 2 years, adding that the Federation is desirous of making loans available to members and non-members of cooperative societies at a minimum interest rate of 0.5% and a maximum interest rate of 5%, as it is done in Germany. He also called on government to provide a bus for OSCOFED, which would be used for more effective running of the Federation. The Ogun State Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, in collaboration with IHK Gessing-Freiburg Chamber of Commerce, Germany, has launched the Ogusima One-Stop Business Development Service Center as a testament to the power of collaboration across borders in driving meaningful change and sustainable development. According to the organizers, the collaboration is a springboard that will act as catalyst for business interest with limited gains. The launch was held at Ogusima Head Office Trade Fair Complex, Abeokuta. Nkem Agu has the details.
It is a pivotal moment in the history of Ogun State Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, which has the mandate to foster economic development by streamlining access to key services, which include not limited to business name, registration, development of business plan, and feasibility studies. The One-Stop Business Development Service Center, initiative of Ogusima and IHK Gessing-Freiburg Chamber of Commerce, Germany, will serve as a valuable resource center for businesses in the state. As projected by the President Ogusima, Rafiu Oshiyebi, in his welcome address, he also said the initiative signifies Chamber's commitment to enhancing business operation in Ogun State by providing comprehensive support and tailored services.
Being a Chamber of Commerce is all about advocacy, about interrelationship between government and the business people. And this one-stop shop will really help businesses in Ogun State. Anything you need, just come, give us a call or come down and you will be well attended to.
Dr. Matthias Leder of IHK Gessing-Freiburg Chamber of Commerce, Germany, said it is a critical step in supporting entrepreneurs, startups and established businesses alike.
There are elements of compulsory membership in the future for the Nigerian chambers, because this would give you more power. This would give you especially also more power in the field of dual vocational training. And you may remember we have done here fantastic projects in the area of dual vocational training, and you have been one of the most important partners at all for the dual vocational training project. So,
Ogun State Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Adebola Shofela, who was represented by Director of Commerce, Mr. Deji Shoumi, welcomed the collaboration as it will help entrepreneurs develop sound and bankable business plans.
As we move forward, it is imperative that we continue to innovate and offer solutions that make it easier for businesses to strive. Ogun State is a land of tremendous potential, and our government remains committed to creating an enabling environment for businesses to flourish.
These developments may not be unconnected with a long-standing relationship between Ogusima and IHK Gessing-Freiburg Chamber of Commerce, which saw a delegation of Ogusima undertake study tour to Germany recently. Nkem Agu, OGTV News.
To curb unethical practice by operators of filling stations whose sole aim is to dispense fuel using inaccurate measurement to unsuspecting Nigerians due to recent hike in pump price of fuel, Ogun State government set up a regulatory team to monitor level of compliance. And in pursuit of this mandate, alongside regular interface with transport unions to charge reasonable fares, the team was at Ikenne local government area for its monitoring exercise. Tony Ugudekwe, who was with the team, reports that the initiative is yielding a desired result. A report is presented in this package.
Following increase in price of fuel per litre, as government continues to deregulate the sector, Ogun State government swiftly engaged critical stakeholders in transport sector to mitigate the effect of various economic reforms being implemented by federal government. Similarly, the move offers opportunity to scrutinize operators of filling stations from engaging in unethical practice of tampering with meter while dispensing fuel to the public. And in continuation of its onerous task, the team was in Ikenne, visiting parks at Iperemo, Ilishon, and Shagamu. The transporters who welcomed the initiative wanted government to consider focusing on making roads more motorable to reduce frequent damages to their vehicles.
Before we are carrying Ishara 300 naira, but now we are carrying 700 naira because of fuel. Fuel of already cost.
Before the increase in pump price, we used to charge 1,500 from Iperu to Ijebu-Ode, but now it is 2,000 naira. From Iperu to Koto Garage, in Abeokuta before now, it was 2,000 naira, but now it is 2,500 naira.
Commuters, who are at the center of it all, express reservations on the full price increase, which keeps eating deep into their purse.
Before it was preferable, but now it's very, very outrageous. Like everything keeps on skyrocketing. Like before, I think we pay 1,500 or 1,000, but now they said it's 2,500 from Iperu here to Abeokuta. Then from Abeokuta to this place, then was 1,115, but now it's 2,005.
The government should just help us to check the fuel, mainly the fuel, because I think the increment in fuel price has made everything to be high.
We'll advise the government to bring the price down so that at least the price of fuel generally to be brought down in order for the citizens to be, well taken care of. Because things are hard actually. A lot of people are complaining here and there.
In the course of the exercise, passengers and drivers appreciated effort of Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration at making life bearable for citizens despite the prevailing economic challenge and meager resources available.
Still ahead, President Tinubu sends names of 7 ministerial nominees to the Senate for confirmation. More news and reports after this short break. Glad to have you join us on the news at 8. Cocoa House, the iconic 26-story building at Dugbe in Ibadan, Oyo State capital, has undergone a significant renovation of its ground floor, reception area, car park, and surrounding facilities. This project, initiated by Odua Investment Company Limited, aims to enhance the building's cultural and economic significance. The inauguration ceremony, led by Oyo State Governor Engineer Sheyi Makinde and Group Chairman Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, represents a crucial step in preserving the legacy of Cocoa House and revitalizing its heritage for future generations. Aderonke Oladele reports.
The Cocoa House of the Odua Investment Company Limited, an iconic building located in Dugbe, a major commercial area in Ibadan, Oyo State, is embarking on a significant renovation that aims to restore it to its former glory. Originally constructed in 1965 by the Western Region government, under the leadership of the Premier, Chief Samuel Ladoke Akintola. The 26-story structure was the tallest building in Nigeria and Africa at the time, symbolizing the region's economic aspirations. Once a hub of commercial activities, the building fell into despair, raising concerns about its future. However, the narrative has changed with the renewed commitment from Odua Investment Company Limited, which has announced plans for a comprehensive facelift of the landmark.
And this was built about 60 years ago. It's going to be 50 years here. And the point is that we will ensure that we walk the talk and we lead by example, so that this building is an iconic building that we must maintain and preserve.
We have not forgotten our history, and we are looking forward to develop more. The idea is to modernize all that we met and actually build a lot more. So what we are seeing here today is a beginning.
Representing the governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde, his chief of staff, Honorable Segun Ogunwuyi, highlighted the state's commitment to supporting projects that revitalize historical landmarks and boost local economies.
It's an attestation to the strong resolve of the leadership of the company to further accelerate the transformation of the legacy and the vision of our founding fathers. The renovation effort depicts a strong commitment to preserving and enhancing the glory, the legacy of Cocoa House, an historic symbol of the economic prosperity of the Yoruba land.
Stakeholders echoed this sentiment, lauding the initiative as a crucial step towards a prosperous future.
We do know how the years of military rule has affected public institutions, but I'm quite delighted that, to the glory of God, that the different managements that have come through have all contributed their own bits. And it's the turn of Mr. Abdurrahman Yunusa to take it, and the current board to take it to the next level.
This is a hope of better things to come. You renewed and reassured us that Odua will come back to life fully. Let me especially, at this time, appreciate the board once more for the great feat, for turning things around positively in the Odua Investment Company.
The event culminated in the inauguration of the renovated ground floor, reception area, car park and surrounding spaces. Cocoa House remains an iconic landmark in Ibadan, housing various businesses including shops, restaurants and offices. Its renovations promise to ensure continued relevance, positioning it as a beacon of growth and development in the city. Adirunke Oladele, OGTV News.
The federal government has inaugurated a 46-man committee which is charged with the responsibility of identifying and reviewing all the outdated laws in the country. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, who constituted the committee, comprising retired judges, senior advocates of Nigeria, as well as top officials of both the Nigerian Law Reforms Commission and the Federal Ministry of Justice, said they have a time frame of 6 months to complete the national assignment. It described the task as a part of ongoing efforts of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to promote the rule of law and access to justice in line with the policy objectives of enabling socio-economic growth and advancing legal reforms. The AGF added that the terms of reference of the committee, which is chaired by Mr. Olawale Fakbonda and co-chaired by the chairman of the Nigeria Law Reforms Commission, Professor Jumai Audi, included to coordinate the collection, collation, and compilation of LFN up to 2024. On our part, the Solicitor General of the Federation and Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Justice, Mrs. Beatrice J.D. Agba, while enjoining members of the committee to undertake the assignment with sense of patriotism, noted that some laws that have not been reviewed for the past 20 years have become archaic. The Senate has received a request from President Bola Tinubu for the confirmation of the appointments of 7 ministerial nominees announced on Wednesday. President Tinubu's request, seeking expeditious consideration of the request, was contained in a letter addressed to the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, who read it at the commencement of the plenary on Thursday. Tinubu urged the Senate to consider and confirm the 7 nominees for appointment as ministers. The ministerial nominees for confirmation include Nentawe Yilwada, Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Muhammadu Dingyadi, Labor and Employment, Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu, State Foreign Affairs, and Jumoke Oduwole, Industry, Trade and Investment. Others are Idi Mokhtar Mia, Livestock Development, Yusuf Atta, State House and Urban Development, and Suweiba Ahmed, State Education. Akpabio referred the nominees to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action as soon as possible. The November 16 local government council election in Ogun State continues to gather momentum as the ruling All Progressives Congress APC in Abeokuta South flagged off the campaign to retain the council chairmanship and all the 15 councillorship seats in Abeokuta South local government. The event witnessed massive turnout of party supporters, community leaders, and various youth and women bodies who pledged their support to the party and its chairmanship candidate, Honorable Afiz Balogun. Benga Adekoya's report is presented in this package.
Seated here are members of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC in Abeokuta South local government area of Ogun State, and they are here to witness the official inauguration of the campaign committee for the forthcoming local government election in Ogun State. Addressing the rally, the All Progressive Congress chairman in Abeokuta South, Honorable Henry Fagbenro, assured the people of his continued dedication to the service of the party, noting that the current administration in Ogun State had made local government administration easier by offering to support grassroots development in council area.
We are going out, all of us in Abeokuta, we are going out en masse, walk, campaign from house to house, chop to chop, taxi to taxi, hamlet to hamlet, bedroom to sitting room. We will win the election.
Inaugurating the campaign committee, Chief Sunday Showumi, the APC senatorial chairman of Ogun Central Senatorial District, charged all members of the committee to work together for the benefit of the party.
But we are not everything possible to make sure that we select people of substance, those who are able, those who are competent to bring the party to the next level. I'm very proud of them, and we are very sure of them. They will deliver.
Party leaders at the inauguration ceremony enjoined members of the All Progressive Congress to come together as one big family and work for the betterment of the party.
Politics is a game of numbers. And when, in a time like this, you are preparing for an election, the candidate, the party have to gather virtually everybody around to take part. The more you are supporters, the more you work hard, your chances of winning is very, very good.
The newly inaugurated campaign committee promised to work hand in hand for the emergence of Honorable Afiz Balogun as the new chairman of Abeokuta South local government area of Ogun State.
Determined to stem the tide of unsafe abortion and its complications globally with a bid to identifying strategies for improving access to safe abortion services within legal indications, Ogun State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, in collaboration with Ogun State Primary Health Care Board and other partners, has launched a set of guidelines for safe termination of pregnancy and violence against persons prohibition law. This came with a fostering collaboration and coordination among healthcare providers, law enforcement, and social support services for sensitization. OGTV News was at Metro's residence Abeokuta for the seminar. Oloide Oloye reports.
Over the years, unsafe abortion remains one of the leading causes of maternal death around the world. Despite being almost entirely preventable, there are millions of cases of the danger, immediate and long-term health risks. To curb this trend, Ogun State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, in collaboration with the Ogun State Primary Healthcare Board and other partners, launched a set of guidelines for safe termination of pregnancy and violence against persons prohibition law, with awareness and promotion on the implementation of safe termination of pregnancy. In a welcome address, Commissioner of Women Affairs and Social Development, Honorable Moturayo Adijat Adeleye, speaks on the provisions guiding the survivors and the update on the legal framework.
The government of Ogun State, ably led by the Governor, Mr. Abeokuta, frowns at everything called gender-based violence, and it is towards combating this menace that the state has moved away from having one sexual assault referral center to having 4 at this time, and even having shelter for victims that might have been pushed out by their family.
Worried by the high rate of cases of unsafe abortion, a senior special advisor to Ogun State Governor on legal matters, Barrister Fuyi Oshunfison, in its presentation gave an overview of violence against persons prohibition with a legal indication and gender-based violence in Ogun State.
The law has been in existence in this state for 7 years, but quite a lot of people, even the educated ones, are not aware that we have such a law. And then we have that responsibility to now come and tell people that we have the VAP law, and also let them know what the law is all about and what the government wants to achieve, okay, by passing this law.
Being a national issue that deserves a holistic approach, the Executive Director, Center for Bridging Health Gaps, Dr. Moriam Olaide Jagun, addresses the actionable recommendations for standardizing practice and strengthening linkage among healthcare providers.
And Ogun State has been in the forefront of having an implementation plan. So we want to have an update on what is actually happening, concerning both plans. So it's, a coordinated effort in making sure that women that, are sexually abused or physically abused or abused generally, they can get protection, and it's looking at the person holistically.
Aimed to elaborate and provide comprehensive care to those in need, the facilitators admonish stakeholders for collaboration and coordination to make awareness about the menace of violence and safe ways for abortion. Olaide Oloye, OGTV News.
Unity has been described as a key element for the development of religion. Therefore, faithfuls were admonished to embrace peaceful coexistence among themselves. Ogun State Governor Prince Dakwa Abiodun made this known at the unification of Ikperu Muslim community held at the palace of Alakberu of Ikperu, Oba Adeleke Basibo. Ayodeji Tomoriolumi has more in this report.
Seated to witness this auspicious occasion are Ikperu Muslim community, members of Ikperu Development Association, and traditional leaders led by Alakberu of Ikperu, Oba Adeleke Basibo. The purpose of the gathering is to unify Ikperu Muslim community for peaceful coexistence and overall togetherness between two factions who have decided to sheath their swords. Representing Ogun State Governor Prince Dakwa Abiodun, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Ganiu Amzat, appreciates the decision to settle the age-long rifts.
If there is no unity, there cannot be, people, you cannot forge ahead. There cannot be any kind of improvement within the society. As a Muslim organization, now that the 2 chief imams are now one, I think they will continue to, work in harmony for the progress of the community.
Personalities present expressed joy for the development, with a charge on the Muslim community to support the roadmap to peace within them.
My advice for them is to be united henceforth now, and they should not be listening to any other word from opposite side. They should forge ahead and make themselves one.
Most issue comes to the followers. When they work with this, but as you can see, we try to preach to them. Even before now, both parties has already succumbed.
This MOU, the duly signed today, will bring enormous development and progress to Muslim community in Peru.
We are working seriously to make sure that we touch the Peru Central Mosque. We are going to reach out to people, we are going to talk to people, to support us. And I'm assuring you that in a couple of months, you will see a lot of difference.
I am extremely happy that it happens. I started it and I ended it well.
The two chief imams of Ikperu promised to work harmoniously for the propagation of Islam.
I am very happy. Even if something can qualify this day beyond happiness, I will use it. But I am very happy.
A memorandum of understanding was then presented to the imams. Ayodeji Tomori Olunmi, OGTV News.
Up next is business news with Tiwalade Faisal.
Welcome to Business News. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery has started supplying premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, to some oil marketers directly without recourse to the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. It was gathered that while more oil marketers were intensifying effort to buy the product directly from the plant, others were importing the Nigeria lost about 20,100 gigawatts per hour power generation potential to the persistent gas flaring by oil companies operating in the country in the first 9 months of this year. This represents a 5.5% increase when compared to 19,000 gigawatt per hour generation potential lost in the corresponding period of 2023. The countries struggle to generate about 4,000 megawatts of electricity to serve households and businesses, is due partly to limited gas supply to the electricity generation companies, GENCOs. Nigeria's gas flaring has risen by 8% in 9 months to 200.5 million standard cubic feet from 190.2 million standard cubic feet recorded in the corresponding period of 2023. Foreign exchange FX inflows to Nigeria reached 57 billion USD by August 2024, according to the Central Bank of Nigeria. This was disclosed during a meeting with foreign investors in Washington, D.C., where the CBN's Deputy Director of Economic Policy, Mr. Mohammed Abdullahi, represented an update on the country's FX situation. According to Abdullahi, capital importation nearly doubled to 6.9 billion USD as of August 2024, compared to 3.9 billion USD recorded during the entire 2023 financial year. Additionally, diaspora remittances surged to a record 3.5 billion USD, surpassing the total of 3.2 billion USD received in 2023. The CBN also reported a 100% FX outflow through the autonomous market, signifying an improvement in the market's efficiency. And that's it on the business segment of the news tonight. Back to Dominic.
Many thanks, Tiwalade. And of course, to the foreign news now. Commonwealth heads of government are preparing to defy the United Kingdom and agree plans to examine reparatory justice for the transatlantic slave trade. And at least 5 people were killed and 22 others injured when terrorists attacked the Turkish aerospace industry's facility. Let's join Olayemi Takuro for details.
Commonwealth heads of government are preparing to